My name's Maria Baker. I work here at the University of Southampton and have done for many years. My main area of interest is in deep sea ecology. So for the past 3 years I've been working on the INDEEP programme, which is a long-term international science programme on deep sea ecology. For the first 6 years it's been funded by the Foundation Total. I've also got a second role now and I co-lead a new deep ocean stewardship initiative called DOSI. So I want to start by reinforcing this fact that our deep ocean is vast. It's one of the largest habitats for life on Earth, the largest habitat for life on Earth indeed. It's very difficult to access and we know very little really about what's going on in the deep ocean. Less than 1% of the deep ocean has been sampled to date. And so this means we have huge gaps in our knowledge of who lives there and how they interact with each other and with the environment, and also how robust they are, how resilient are they to our anthropogenic impacts. And so one of the things that we do in INDEEP is to try and fill some of these gaps in our knowledge in terms of taxonomy, in terms of biodiversity and biogeography, of how populations are connected, and also of how the ecosystem functions altogether. Another very important element and a key element of INDEEP is to not just come up with the science and do the science and synthesize that, but to actually be able to put that across to all stakeholders, to policymakers, to general public, to everyone, and really try and bridge that gap that seems to have developed. INDEEP had this goal and have joined together with international colleagues in America and in Mexico and actually globally now to form this new deep ocean stewardship initiative. The key thing about this initiative is that it's not just scientists. We have scientists involved, we also have social scientists, we have economists, lawyers, policymakers, industry, for a real wide variety of disciplines from different jurisdictions and from different sectors. And I think this is really key to making this effort a success. As we know, our deep ocean is very resource rich in terms of both living and non-living resources, and as resources are depleted on land and in shallower waters, we're increasingly looking to the deep ocean to replenish those supplies for humankind. So when we begin to extract resources from the deep ocean, which has already started in terms of fisheries, we still don't really know, we don't have a good handle on how much the extraction process is going to affect the deep ocean, the communities that live there. So for example, in terms of deep sea mining, with mining hydrothermal vents for seafloor massive sulfides, there's clearly going to be some direct impact to the seafloor where the mining will take place in terms of death of animals that are right under the mine site. There's also going to be some impact from entraining of sediment plumes that are associated with the mining activity. There'll probably be noise and light pollution from the equipment. There might be some sort of malfunction with the equipment and a hydraulic leak which can't be ruled out. So there are all sorts of implications for vent mining. Many deep sea fish species are very slow growing, they mature late, and they're very long lived. And this is not conducive to being fished and overfished because the populations, communities take a long time to recover. In addition, you get, when you have deep sea trawling, I'm sure you've all seen photographs of deep sea trawls running through the seabed and destroying pretty much anything in its path. There's also the issue of bycatch, where many non-target species are caught when trying to get the target species. There was a recent report of a Gorgonian coral that was taken up as bycatch, which was over 4,000 years old, which was quite shocking. Also, climate change is affecting our deep oceans. We have, in some areas of the deep ocean, we have temperatures rising, we have pH dropping, and these effects on the animals can sort of maybe weaken their resistance to some of these human impacts that we see now. So what should this new Deep Ocean Stewardship Initiative be doing to try and address some of these issues? At the moment, our deep ocean runs the risk of being industrialised in a rather haphazard way with not enough environmental controls and protection in place. We really want to try and avoid that by bringing together, as I say, this union of experts across jurisdictions and across different sectors, and to try and work together and to really try and understand the language of the different sectors. We all work in very different ways, and I think to understand exactly what each sector will need in terms of moving forward in managing sustainably our deep ocean resources is key. So DOSI is very broad in scope by nature, and some of its key aims are to really have a look and see how our deep sea ecosystems are functioning now. We really need to look further at time series data. It's crucial to see how the deep ocean is changing over time, both in a natural sense and also in terms of anthropogenic impacts. We're also working towards advancing global ecosystem management techniques. Something else within DOSI that's come to light is we want to work on transparency in terms of the activities that are currently going on in the ocean and in the future, and their governance, and making all this process more transparent. And key to the success of DOSI is to actually really raise awareness of the issues in the deep sea to all stakeholders, and especially capacity building in developing nations where often they have many valuable deep sea resources within their jurisdiction waters, but they sometimes lack the capacity to be able to manage these effectively.